What's up, guys? Today we are going through a squat day with all the leg accessories. I'm gonna go through both of my leg days, one with the squats being the main lift, and then one with the deadlifts on the main lift. So Tuesday squats, Saturday's deads. We're starting with high bar barbell squat. We're going ass to grass, really slow and controlled, really getting that pump, really trying to get that blood in those joints. Try to work up today to like a heavy set of 3 to 5, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so still warming up. No sleeves, no belt, just still warming up. Mind you, you shouldn't throw any of this protective gear on until you're above body weight, at least, maybe your third, fourth, fifth set. Don't rely on belts, sleeves, wraps on your warm-ups because it's your warm-up, man. You should be able to do it by yourself. Now, with the depth, the reason why I choose to go lower is because you're gonna activate more when the calf touches the hamstring. And you're gonna get the most activation not only in the quads, but your hams and your glutes. We're all working together to take that load off. If we're super high, this is all your knees. Parallel is still on top of the knee. It isn't until you break parallel that all of a sudden your hips and your ankles take that load off of the knee. So if your mobility is not there, work up to it. The mobility is far more important than the weight. So with the barbell squat, if you have any injuries that prevent you from squatting, don't push through it. We should only be doing squats if they're pain-free. If they're not pain-free, you have to ask yourself why. Is it the ankle, the knee, the hip, what's going on? Your mobility is going to dictate whether you can do this pain-free or not. Like I said, mobility, getting that full range of motion is far more beneficial than how much weight you can stack on your back and do a fucking quarter squat, right? What we're trying to do is pack blood into those joints while getting a full stretch, full range of motion, and that's gonna make the muscles grow bigger, which is better for bodybuilding. The weight doesn't necessarily make you grow if you're not connecting with it. One of my favorite things, if you go back and watch Kai Green talking about not being a weightlifter, it flew over my head back in the day. I was like, what the fuck is a weightlifter? You're not just like going A to B, you're not just moving the weight as fast as possible. You really need to connect with it and slow it down, so that way you're actually using your muscles instead of just powering through it. Yes, strength and power are directly correlated. The faster you're doing the rep, the easier it's gonna be. But with bodybuilding, we are trying to deliberately slow it down, increase the stress on the muscle, and make it grow. We're making those lighter weights feel heavy. Something that I had learned from Tom Platz, like from years ago in the 70s. Like going back and watching a lot of these legends and how they talk about the sport, how they're lifting is just like, it blows your mind. It's so important. So like, I would encourage you not only to watch me, but like go back and watch Tom Platz, watch Kai Green, watch all the dudes from the 70s. They're just built different. They're drinking gallons of milk, eating steak, going to the beach, sitting in the sun, and like somehow they're all ripped and they're drinking milk. I don't know, must be voodoo or some shit. All right, so we just got done with our top set doing some squats. This is the reverse hybrid. This was originally invented and designed by Louis Simmons because he crushed his spine to death, and the doctor told him, you're never gonna deadlift again, and that motherfucker was like, bet, I'm gonna squat and I'm gonna set a world record. So essentially we are decompressing the spine. I will do squats or deadlifts, which is spinal compression. The second exercise immediately after is spinal decompression because it's the opposite. We are basically activating the posterior chain, the glutes and the hamstrings going up, and as we swing back and forward, we are stretching the spine and decompressing it, which overall helps with your longevity, the amount of time that you can squat and deadlift. We're not doing crazy heavy weights in bodybuilding, but this is just a great habit that I picked up from the powerlifting world. It helps my back, it makes me feel good. Like, I'm 34, like, I'm pain-free, I'm squatting, I'm deadlifting, I feel great. So like, I think there might be something to this. What you wanna do is set up the handles, grab it pretty high on the machine. You're gonna put both heels through here. You can do 2 feet on one foot, I prefer 2. Just hop up, grab it from there, and then use that momentum to swing a little bit more. We're doing high reps, we're just going for 20. Just be careful when you put it back down. Don't smack yourself in the shin because it feels like shit. Besides that, I'd say go for 10 to 20 reps, full range of motion, really focus on that stretch going forward because that's where you're getting that decompression in the spine. Discretion. This is the block for ladies. If you have big fat nuts, like me, make sure you remove the pad because you will crush your balls to death. So this little area right here is so you can put your junk there. If you don't have junk, you don't gotta worry about it, but just make sure you take that out. First time I ever did it, I didn't know what that was for, and it ended poorly. So you can avoid potential injuries. Just a side note about the reverse hybrid. Third exercise is the legendary Atlantis hack squat. This took like 8 months to get here from Canada. Shout out to Canada, or shout out to Canada. Anyway, we'll come around the back and take a look. So we got these rollers right here for these bands. The bands connect under here and then connect right there. And basically it takes the eccentric, so that way when your knees are going over your toes in that deep stretch, it takes all that stress off the joint. And it's just a little bit more ergonomic, which is super dope. So we'll come around back here. We got 2 weight pins here, so you can load it up with plenty of weight. I put the safety right in the middle. This I'll lay flat, and then with this is also fully adjustable, which is dope. We can go all the way up, we can go all the way down. Right here I keep it at a 2, so that way we can get pretty much into a deep squat. Like I was saying with the barbell squat, we want the hamstrings to touch the calves. Most people don't have the ability to do that with a free weight squat, so there's ways to substitute it with the pendulum or the hack squat to still be able to get that full stretch, to still touch the hamstring to the quad or the calf. Fuck! So there's still a way to do that. Get that full range of motion without the barbell squat. Hack squats, pendulum, hamstring is touching the calf. That's a full range of motion. You're gonna use your hips, knees, and ankles together, and that way you're taking the stress off the knees and the joints are working in unison. Hopefully that makes sense for you guys. If it doesn't, fucking Google it, I don't know. Okay, the 4th exercise is gonna be what I like to call the bend and snap. That is a Legally Blonde reference, and if you don't like that movie, then you're probably an incel and you hate women, and I'm judging you. Anyway, what we wanna do, set the fulcrum, which is the point of rotation, to where the hip is. This is basically going to be your preference of how high on the hip. Make sure that your foot isn't overhang over the platform. You want it nice and flush. We're going to stand pretty narrow like you would with a conventional deadlift. And then on the front here is the lever to take the weight off. Obviously there was a manlet on this before. There we go, tighten that. And remember, don't crush your nuts. Anyway, you want to lift it first, then you pull this lever, your bumper is out of the way, and then it will allow you to hinge all the way forward, and then all the way up. I like this band because it gives us more of a lockout as we come this way and lock out. It's a great accessory for the deadlift, but it's also going to be good for the glute ham tie-in. So if you're a bikini, wellness competitor, bodybuilder, slowing it down is really going to help to contract and build that muscle. If you're doing it fast, you're doing it for speed, that's going to be a better tie-over for the deadlift. Depending on what sport you're going for, speed is good for strength, slow is good for building muscle. Keep that in mind depending on what your goals are and what you're training for. Next accessory, abduction, adduction. If you don't know how to do those, I don't know what to tell you. It's pretty self-explanatory. One is in, one is out. 4 sets of both, 12 to 20 reps. Nice and slow and controlled. Try to go as heavy as you can and really just control it nice and slow like an accordion. Now we're on to the next. Full stack, slow and controlled. Big Jamie, I'm coming for you. I challenge you to a watermelon crushing contest. Next year in Thailand, it's going down. The world's strongest 90-kilogram woman, absolute monster. Deadlift 600, squat 600, benches 360, something fucking crazy. I might have been over my head in this challenge, but I am fucking training hard, and it's gonna happen. Dude, if your gym doesn't have Tom Platt's highlight reel showing on leg day, you're missing out. This is like rocket fuel for leg day. What we've done, single leg hamstring curl standing, single leg extension, supersetting back and forth. Now, I've gone as heavy as I can on single leg. My last set till failure is going to be 2 legs. On this, I get this little pad so it doesn't get a little more range of motion that way as it's far back. It's 250. I've seen Tom Platts do it in the 70s, so I feel like we should probably do the same thing, right? It obviously works. Why reinvent the wheel if you don't have to? Let's see how many I got, dude. All right.
At least 10, bro.
Yep. 18, I think. You play back. Fuck. The the donkey calf raise. This is one of the rarest and most elusive of all the calf raise equipments. The only one that I've seen that's like an OG is in the Venice Beach Gold's gym, the Mecca. This one is great because if you're at the end of your leg day and you've already done spinal loading with a barbell squat or a deadlift, anything like that, this now is loading the hip instead of the spine. So you can go heavier on here, get a max stretch without overloading your central nervous system even more at the end of your leg day. So Arsenal Strength does make a version of this, a modern version that's really dope that has a belt drive. My only complaint, Arsenal Strength, if you're listening, is that they have more of a rounded shape for the foot, which isn't really ergonomic, and it puts more stress on my tendons under my feet, and it hurts like fuck. I love this one because you get this nice diamond plate here. It's nice and wide. Your feet aren't flipping around and doing weird shit, and it's big enough, it's wide enough, so you can fit your man-sized feet on the man-sized platform. So going through, added a little extra weight. You want to lift it with your hips first. Full stretch at the bottom, so the foot all the way stretched down, all the way up on the toes. Push all the way through and get a full range of motion. I externally rotate my toes slightly, about a 15-degree range of motion. Same as we would with the squat, same as we would with a deadlift. Like I said, don't reinvent the wheel. You can go a little straighter if you want. You can do the toes turned in. At the end of the day, you need to modify the exercise to make sure that it's not painful. Because if your joints hurt, you're not doing the exercise right. No pain, no gain means if your muscles are burning during a curl or a leg extension, you're doing it right. You're using your muscles. But if you're doing like a shoulder press and it hurts in your shoulder joint, you're not fucking doing it right. Like, the idea is to do it tomorrow and keep getting better and stronger. If your joints are hurting, you need to take a step back and address where is that pain coming from? Is it the range of motion that you're using is improper? Or perhaps it's an overuse, you sit too much, you're hunched over too much, your hamstrings are tight, whatever it is. If you need to figure it out, holler at your boy, I can figure it out for you. Or you can just scroll fucking TikTok and the internet, get a bunch of bad information, and then end up right back where you started. So my goal is for everyone is to learn it the right way. I was 100 pounds when I started. I was a skinny guy. The reason why I wanted to show you my leg day today, if you made it this far, is because anyone that's known me long enough, before I started my bodybuilding journey, my legs were my weakest point, dude. Like, I was built like a fucking skeleton. And now my legs are one of my strongest points. So obviously I've been doing this 10 years straight, competing and doing bodybuilding. You can do it too. If I can do this shit, you can absolutely do it too. All it takes is work ethic and consistency. And if you can do both of those things, I promise that you guys can do the exact same shit that I did.